What's going on, guys? It's Gendo here, and welcome to episode 55 of the world's first. If you're still enjoying the series, please go and smash that like button. Now, today we are going to be playing a choose your own adventure, really. If we win against FC United of Manchester in the quarterfinals of the FA Trophy, then we will be playing the semi-final match. But if we lose that, we will then play the very next match in the league, which is against Bristol Rovers. But, of course, before we get to the first match, we must go over how we fared over the last couple to see how we're doing in the league. So if you heard the old adage, you win some, you lose some, well, that's pretty much exactly what happened here after the last LiveCon. We came away with a very goal-festy victory, 5-3 over Dulwich Hamlet, with 4 goal scorers on our side, but at the very same time, we followed that up with a very unconvincing loss to Boston United by the score of 1-0, and it only took a penalty to break the deadlock. At the same time, I felt like we should have done a lot more. I was using the 4-3-3 on this day, felt that with the 3 strikers, the 3 main attackers, we could have had a lot more goals, but the Boston defense just remained stalwart and did not allow anything on the day. I felt a draw would have been the best result at this situation, but at the same time, I feel like with how we played, a loss was also deserved. Basically anything other than a win is what I'm trying to say. And due to the topsy-turviness of those last 2 matches, we don't see ourselves in first place anymore. We've in fact dropped down to 3rd, as Bury have now jumped ahead of us on goal difference. We're both level at 75 points, but they have a 10-goal cushion. And honestly, if it comes down to it, that's what's going to bite us in the ass. However, Ebbsfleet right now sitting on top of the league, just 1 point ahead of us. Newport 6 points behind us, Dulwich Hamlet 11 points behind us, and we are 14 points safe in the playoff spots, which means we're going to be at least in there for the next 5 weeks. And with 10 matches left to go in the season, playoffs pretty much looking likely, but of course, now that we've gotten this far, I want to try and push up all the way to the very, very top. But of course, we're not playing in a league match today, we're playing in the FA Trophy. So let's get to the team sheet versus FC United. Now, unfortunately, on this day, a lot of people either injured or suspended. We're not going to see Scott Hoes, Liam Davies, Carl Piergianni, or Andrew Stott due to either injury or suspension. So this is going to be the starting lineup, and we're really going to be hurting along the back line. We're going to have Cameron McCullough sitting in net, Jones, Arthur, Duxbury, and Widowson along the back line. The middle 4 would consist of David Jones, Grayson, Gallagher, and Steele, and sitting up front, Anthony Steer and Steve Peters. Cross fingers, hopefully we do well against FC United. Apparently we've won 4 out of our last 5 meetings, but still they've played us very tough in all of those meetings. So, like I said, hopefully we do well, but let's kick off and see what happens. Corner kick falls to us, Grayson launching it in far post, but it's cleared away. Jack Steele with the ball. Several men in the box, but he can't pick out a cross. Instead, has to go all the way back. Chike Condi with the interception. FC United possibly could hit us on the break here. They are well known for their counterattack, especially getting the ball up to Chike Condi. He has burned us in the past before, but they instead cross it into Noor, and Noor makes it 1-0 to FC United. We had 2 guys marking Watson. We had nobody marking the crossing guy of Roberts, and that ultimately led to Noor, who apparently was just a hair onside before smashing that on the volley into the back of the nets. FC United giving us no time to rest. Long ball up over the top. Nabi out to Noor. He still has it. He could put in a decent cross, but instead blocked away. McCullough with the save. 24 minutes gone. It's a throw-in, but where is our defense? Everyone's playing so far up. There are 2 FC United guys out here. This is what's going to lead to a goal. McCullough making himself big. Saves a shot from Lennon. I can't believe that there was no defender back around the center line. Everyone was playing up towards the box. I'm not even playing super aggressive, and I want to know how the hell that happened. Anyway, some decent passing from Sheffield. Gets it up to Steer. Back out to Gallagher. Gallagher through to Peters. If he can make one more pass, but instead takes a shot just past the post. Minute left to go in the half. We get ourselves a corner kick. Grayson tries to go to the middle, but it's cleared away. We still have the ball, still have the attack. Can we get the ball over the top? He does. He finds Grayson, substitute to Peters, and Peters equalizes with a minute to go in the half. His 28th goal of the season. It's level at 1. He actually did get a piece of the goalkeeper, but he parried it into the back of the net. Great cross up to Grayson, who was onside on the half volley. Gets into Peters, who smacks it on the volley. Ooh, a little bit of Scottish there. Smacks it right into the back of the net, and it's all tied up going into the half. Now, I really can't rest on my laurels for that one, as FC United have battered us the entire first half. They had 11 shots to our 2. We were fortunate that one was our only one on target, and of course, the only goal for us. We really need to start closing down the wingers and the strikers better. I feel like the entire front 6, strikers and midfield play, are really taking it to us. So we need to close them down and really just start taking them out of the game. I know you can't put 2 guys on everybody. Let's go back out there. Though we got 15 minutes left to go in this game, and this has been flying by. Barely any shots have been taken. We might see ourselves go into penalties here. I don't know if it goes directly to extra time or to penalties. But as you can see here now, just 9 minutes left to go in the half, and FC United looking very dangerous. Whitehead coming up the middle. Who's he going to get it to? He actually takes a shot. So after a very mediocre second half, we see ourselves going through into extra time. It's 1-1. I know I'm playing a little higher tempo because I'm counter. We're going back to normal there. Mixed passing. Actually, just more direct passing. Just pump it long. Actually, we'll just make it go to mix. We want to prevent anything from really, killing us over the top. So drop deeper, normal tempo, mixed passing. We will look for the overlap and work the ball into the box. That's what we'll do. All right. Here we go. Start of extra time in the FA Trophy. We're coming up past the 99th minute here in extra time, and Watson is taking up the left wing, gets inside to right. FC United of Manchester really bringing in the pressure. They're continuing what they've been doing all game. Lennon slips it through to Whitehead, takes a shot. Defense was behind him, not in front of him, and FC United taking the lead late. 21 minutes left to go in this game. But everybody is so gassed, so tired from this match that I don't think we can find a goal. Last kick before the half, ball goes over the top. Oh, and he dinks the keeper. It's 3-1 FC United. They just let them all go onside, and finishing it off right, heads it. He didn't actually dink it over the keeper with his foot. He dinked it over with his head, and it's just pretty much game over right here. We can kiss our FA Trophy goodbye. One last kick for us in this situation. It's a goal, but at this point, it's a consolation goal as we hit the extra time of the extra time period. 1 minute of stoppage left to go. It's a really, really late goal. Great free kick in. Finds the head of Duxbury. The guy on the line actually helped him, headed it in slightly. But it's going to end 3-2 to FC United. Could have done a lot better. And there it is, full time. After smashing expectations in the FA Trophy, we unfortunately bow out to FC United, a team that has played us rough for the last couple of seasons. So I knew going in this was going to be an interesting match, but to go out like this, rather disappointing. 3-2 the final. So let's actually go out now and take a look at how we're going to line up versus Bristol Rovers, the very next match. Let's just add one more to the injury list now. Tom Gamblin, one of my center mids, out for 3 weeks with a thigh strain. That's really great news to hear going down the stretch. And we also have a new youth intake. Let's take a look and see how much shit we got. Yep, that looks about right. So now that we're out of the trophy, all we gotta do is focus on the league, and we're taking on Bristol Rovers, who are sitting at the bottom of it. I'm only making one change from last time. Ben Hutton coming out for Declan Jones, who is taking over at right back. Everyone else, like I said, remains largely unchanged. So let's go out there, let's kick off, and see what happens. Corner kick, Grayson, far post to David Jones. He gets another crack at it, but it's another save by the Bristol Rovers keeper. Through their back line, David Jones gets a chance, but it's another good save by this Bristol Rovers keeper. 21 minutes on now, David Jones goes with a long crossover to Jack Steele, falls in front of net, but the defenders clear it once again. Grayson slips through the Peters, actually gets around a defender, takes a shot. Another save by this keeper, Nicholas. How many saves does this guy have already? We have had all the possession, 64%. We have had all the shots, 8 compared to their 1, but we still do not have a goal. All because of this goalkeeper, Nicholas, making all of these saves. Maybe we're going too fast playing an attacking style. It's a 0-0 right here at the half. Maybe we need to be a little bit more deliberate in our movements. All I know is we're getting the shots off, but this keeper is just out of this world. A little bit of tweaks, probably more passing, more exploiting the flanks, and trying to cross it in. So we'll go with that and see if we get a goal in the next 45. 5 minutes into this half, we have the ball once again off of a really bad clearance. David Jones tries to cross it over to the middle, falls to Peters, he takes a shot, and once again, it's another good save by this keeper who's really starting to annoy me. Hoes with a nice long ball over the top. Anthony Steer can get up there. He does have the pace. He takes 2 shots, one of them being saved by the keeper. Nicholas. I need to put a hit on Nicholas. Peters passing inside to Steele. Steele takes a shot, but it's right at the keeper, Nicholas. Corner kick, Grayson goes near post, drops it to Rob Foster, who's tackled really hard off the ball. Steer back into Steele, who just misses the outside of the post. Steele out on the wing, gets inside to Foster. Foster slips it right through to Steer. Steer needs to win. Oh my god, come on. How have we not gotten anything from this yet? Steer through to Foster. Foster lays it off to Steer, takes a shot. Thank you very much. 30 seconds later, we finally break through. Fucking hell, boys. I think I need to take some ibuprofen with how annoyed and how much of a headache these guys are giving me with how many shots they've taken. 19 shots, 10 of them on target. We finally get 1 goal. 75th minute now, Foster back to Gallagher, has to play back, needs to get more red shirts up front. Grayson to Steer, actually does take a shot, bounces off the crossbar. Once again, another good save by this goalkeeper. It's a fight in the box, and they finally get it cleared away. Steele working his way inside, gets inside to Steer, bounces around, pinballs in the box, and once again, it's another clearance by Bristol Rovers. 24 shots, 12 of them on target, and only 1 goal to show for it. Well, it doesn't matter really, because that 1 goal got us the victory. Honestly, could have been 3 or 4, but a win is a win all the same. We get ourselves 3 points out of it. I would just tell them it's a good win. Just keep their confidence up. That's all I'm going to do. And with that win, that sees us ahead of Bury as they have lost their match. However, Ebbsfleet matching us win for win. They're still 1 point ahead of us. And now, coming down to it really, the final stretch of this season. And of course, what I always do, I'm going to do the last 2 matches of the season, which happen to be down here, Maidstone and Accrington Stanley. Maidstone not doing so hot, sitting in 19th, Accrington Stanley in 11th, and as you saw in the last episode, we did beat them in the cup, but that was the cup, not the league, so it doesn't really make a bit of difference here. The run up to it, though, little bit tricky. We got Wimbledon, Maidenhead, Braintree, Lincoln, Chester, Telford, and Grimsby. A few bogey matches in there. I feel like we would probably get a draw instead of a win or a loss instead of a draw. Hopefully that is not the case, but we will see when we come back for the final 2 matches. Maidstone and Accrington Stanley. Will we win the league, or will we instead just be a playoff team? Find out in the next episode. So until that time, I'd like to thank you all very much for watching. If you liked what you saw, please go and hit that like button. Lets me know that you're still interested. And of course, subscribe if you're new. Any comments, suggestions, questions, anything else at all, please leave in the comment box below. But as always, this is Gendo, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, and peace out.